the fuck is that?
This is BLEJE Talks.
I like it.
Welcome everybody to BLEJE Talks. This is your host Jonathan Martinez. You can follow me on Twitter at Johnny2Martinez. I'm joined by a returning guest in Carlos Crod. How are you, sir?
Doing good, BLEJE.
It's your first time on the regular pod.
Yeah,
You were on the BLEJE Talks footy debut.
indeed. I was over the phone, but this time I had to.
People don't have to know that.
Oh,
No,
well.
yeah, he was definitely here on the phone.
I'm here in the studio. It's a very cool studio.
Yeah, it's fucking huge. I rented out a room in the skyscraper for the studio, and it's paying off. You know, already got billions of dollars. I was about to cash out like 90 cents on my Anchor app. That's how much I've made so far. So
I mean, you got to start somewhere.
profits getting there.
Yeah.
How was your what's today? Friday? How was your week?
My week went by fast.
What'd you do this
I
week?
worked most of the week. Middle of the week, I went to go get a car, actually.
You got a car.
Brand new car, yeah.
What'd you get?
It's a little Corolla. Just
What-
a little 2-year upgrade to 2006.
What are the differences between the old one and the new one?
Significantly a lot less miles.
Mm.
Has 143,000. The older vehicle I had was 205,000.
Still ran though.
Still ran like a freaking beauty. But I just had to upgrade, and I got tired of automatic
Yeah.
transmission, so I just decided to change
Oh.
it up. Got some manual.
So you're going vroom vroom now.
I'm going vroom vroom
Okay.
a little bit.
You
Getting
you can
gapped by vans and
You
shit.
think you go faster than Guillermo or what?
No.
Guillermo's fucking slow. You seen his car?
Yes.
I hope you're listening, Guillermo, because your car's slow. But basically, yeah. Today I just wanna talk about personal growth. How not like the last pod where we talked about our saddest moments when I talked with Braulio, but this is more of a getting on the trajectory of a better growth, belief in yourself, being proud of yourself, and this is
Maturing.
about loving yourself.
Yeah.
So with that being said, you talked about the fact that you just got a car,
Yeah.
and probably 2 years ago, you wouldn't have been able to make this statement you just made with me.
No.
So tell me when you think that you a moment in your life where you felt like nobody really cared. I'm not gonna say cared, but like didn't really have any belief in you. Didn't really have any. There's this fucking dude. When do you think that hit?
It was early in 2018.
Oof.
I didn't have a job it was technically the end of 2017 and the beginning of 2018.
So we both graduated the same year, 2017. But go on.
Yeah, so around December, I quit my job wherever I was working.
Do
I
you
think
remember?
it was Chevy's.
Oof.
But I just got fed up with it. And I tend to always just kind of leave my jobs, not even put my 2 weeks in, which I shouldn't be doing, but it happened.
Is that like in your mindset, do you think, when you go to a job? Like when you're like, oh, I'm just going to leave eventually. So just fuck
Yes
around
and no. Yes, like I'm obviously going to leave eventually.
Right.
I'm not going to keep the same job forever. But at the same time, I don't come with the mentality of, I'm just going to get this amount of checks and then leave.
What made you be? I'm gonna say it because you were kind of a dick during this time frame. What made you feel like be like that with that attitude? You know what I mean? Like what made you have that attitude of always not really caring or just?
Yeah, I mean that's one of the not really. I mean it was a problem just because like I used to say, oh, I don't care,
Mm-hmm.
or this doesn't affect me, so I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I don't know. I didn't really like think about the problems, or not the problems, but I didn't think about others and like how it could affect them by saying I don't care when they're looking out for me,
Right.
and this and that. But eventually, I just kind of realized that people do care about me,
Right.
and that I should care, and I should like listen to people's advice and so on.
Do you think that attitude came from like a circle of friends you were with, from a background, or just from you being you?
I mean, a lot of it is just me being me, because I've always been that it is what it is type of guy. But at the same time, if I do know the outcomes that it's gonna have, and I'm okay with it, I tend to say, okay, it's okay. I don't care. You know,
whatever.
It's whatever. But
It's just brush off the shoulder.
Yeah, it's like if nothing happened. But if I was hanging out with certain people, then it kind of influenced my decisions and those like super like quick things or decisions I made. But I'd say it's more about me personally, just not caring. But I definitely care more nowadays.
Where did you go after Chevy's? Do you remember? Did you work after that?
So I quit Chevy's like December early or late 2017, and then I didn't work until March 2018, and that was like a 4 months without a job basically. At that time I had money saved up and I was just paying my bills, but then eventually was not going to school. I would tell people I was going to school, but I realistically wasn't. And I would tell my parents that just so I could stay at home and then just chill. But I eventually snapped out of it just because money was becoming scarce to pay the bills. I needed to get bills paid.
What bills were you paying?
Just rent, phone, insurance for my car. But yeah, I just decided to get a job later that March and just...
Where was it again?
My job?
Yeah.
That I went to?
Yeah.
The Hyatt. At the restaurant at the Hyatt.
When were you at Whole Foods?
Oh, that was right after high school, actually.
That was right after high school. How long were you there?
I was there not even my 4th week because... I mean, with the job they gave me and the position I had, it was pretty like you needed someone with the experience. I was an 18-year-old, just graduated.
You had just turned 18, right?
I just turned 18 because I wasn't even 18 when I graduated.
Right, me neither. Yeah.
So I got the job, worked it not even that whole summer, but I just basically got laid off because they saw that I obviously had never been in produce and I couldn't tell which vegetables and what fruits were bad or not. So. Yeah. I just also feel like my coworkers at the time didn't really like me since I was the youngest one. Yeah. Working with them, knowing that it was probably a whole process for them to even get that job.
Especially when it's somewhere like Whole Foods where it's more of a I wouldn't say I'm not gonna say white. I'd say more of a Sonoma County type. It's like a prestigious place people want to be. You know, so it's more there's more standards. Yeah. Especially being in Sonoma County compared to like if you're working at like Walmart. If you're working at even me when I was at Staples, like it's although it's not it's not necessarily a prestigious thing, they're like it wouldn't be the same as Whole Foods where like Whole Foods is held on this high porch in Sonoma County where the standards are up there.
Even though Oliver's is better, but we'll talk about that later.
You worked there as well, didn't you? You ended up working there. When was that?
So actually, you know what? I'm mixing this all up.
It's okay.
I had no job from December, late 2017 to early 2018 because I started my job at.
So when you got out of high school,
where I had Whole Foods.
You Whole Foods.
And then I had Chevy's right after Whole Foods.
So, right after.
Basically, I that was my.
So like around July, August, you started working at Chevy's.
Yes.
And then you left in December.
I left in December.
Okay, and then.
Oliver's, how we mentioned. I started at Oliver's.
For like...
Worked till October, almost November.
Okay.
I knew I didn't really want to be there. If I like the people I work with, work isn't even work. And these jobs we've been talking about didn't have the right coworkers. I didn't connect with them. It was literally... miserable. Like I was miserable going to work knowing that I really wasn't going to talk to nobody. It was more like on myself, just get my hours, go my break and stuff. Right. But it's also on me for not connecting with them and building genuine relationships. Yeah. But it just turned out that I just really didn't connect with them. I couldn't, I guess, I couldn't like relate to them.
Yeah. And then after Oliver's.
Then
you had that break, that little 3-month break, right?
Yeah. I tend to have those little 3-month breaks, and at the time I didn't know why. Now I do know why, or now I knew what the problem was. But then after Oliver's, I started my so far longest job. I started at the Hyatt, or I started at the restaurant as a busser at the Hyatt. Eventually went to room service, and then that led to me working at valet. And I've been there for about 8 to 9 months now.
Throughout this process, when did you realize that you needed to start changing your attitude or your perspective on things? When did you start realizing, like, I should start changing, I guess is the word?
Well, I just knew when I needed to stop doing the whole I'm going to leave my work and stuff. My mom was like the main one that had this impact on me, because she always thought I could do better. And she knew that if you're at least going to quit a job, at least put those 2 weeks in. Or if you're going to leave somewhere, then do that. But instead, I didn't listen, and I would just leave. But then when I really, really like realized that is when I was in that predicament again where I was just paying bills with the money I had saved up. So I put goals on myself to reach a specific amount every 2 to 3 months, which I've been knocking them down. But at the same time, it's not easy. So I was just always keeping myself into it, and I was just trying to be more positive at work. And that's what eventually I got over with. I just eventually started being like comfortable at work, built connections, and it made going to work a lot easier.
Yeah. When you don't mind going?
Yeah, I don't mind going.
Because obviously not everyone's going to be excited for it.
No.
But like once you start not minding.
Like where it's bearable.
Yeah.
Like where it's like, okay, I'm going to get.
You can walk in and be like, hey, what's up? How's it going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I might not like the managers or whatever. But either way, I still got through it, bared through it. And yeah, I've been good since. I've been really good. That's one of the goals.
So you're still working at the Hyatt? Yeah,
I work at the Hyatt.
So
technically not part of the Hyatt, but I work at the Hyatt.
Right. You work at the valet?
The valet, because it's a third-party contracted thing, whatever.
You work at the Hyatt.
Yeah, I work at the Hyatt, technically.
I don't know if my attitude, I don't know if my problem was, I don't know if my problem is the same as yours, but like I've always been one that's been lazy, even though when I have this like vision of something, but I've never been able to just do it. So similar to the podcast, but like this vision, I've always had this vision. Like when I got out of high school, I had this vision of just working, but at a really good job.
Yeah,
I did it. I mean, I went to Staples. It's not a really good job. No. It was I'll work. I don't want to go to school for a bit, right? And then I'll get some money. I didn't do that. I went right back to school in August at the JC for a little bit. And then I went to Staples and worked as like a cashier, office supplies, whatever.
Right.
And then during this time, I'm like, oh, I should probably just get a better job. I could do it. I could start going to the gym too. Didn't do it, right? And then like,
hey, I feel you on that one.
And then relating to the last podcast, which I won't get too in depth to, is I was going through depression kind of at this point. So this is when like I stopped going to school. I stopped going to the JC because I just didn't want to. I didn't feel like it. And after that, I was a little bit better, but I still didn't go to school. So this is 2018 now, at the beginning of the year. Didn't go to school that semester. And then I was, at this point, I'm like, okay, summer. I'm going to go back to school. I'm ready. Take some math classes, some English classes, get my accounting degree.
Did you go to school?
No, I didn't go.
I was hoping to yes, because I didn't know about that.
I didn't go to school because I just, and I kept telling my dad, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm signing up. Oh mom, yeah, I'm gonna sign up. And my dad was offering to help me pay. Right. Like, cause he's like, okay, you need to go to school or I know you're working, but you should probably go to school. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Right. Yeah. At this point, I had become a price auditor at Staples. So the guy doing the tags like every Saturday night for like the specials.
Was this before you got that supervisor / manager?
This is before I was supervisor. Okay. I wasn't supervised that long. Okay. So this is when I'm like, okay, go back to school, get an accounting degree. Didn't happen. So then 2019, what's it called? Fall.
Right.
Okay. I didn't go in the summer. I'm ready this time.
And then, let me guess. Let me guess.
I did not go.
Well, I mean, you're going out. But this is a year later, right?
Yeah, but and then like along this whole time too, I would also not like hang out with any friends. Like I would just not want to go with anybody, cause like I'm like whatever. Like I should probably go with friends, but I won't. And then I didn't. You know, it's that same mentality of like just not putting your head to something that you should do. And then during all this too, during the fall, I'm like, okay, gym time, let's get it. You know, I'm ready.
You did go.
And at 20, I know. How long did I go though?
I'm not sure.
A month.
Oh.
I went for a month.
Was
right?
it a consistent month?
It was a consistently average month.
That's better. I mean, look at it. It's better than not going.
I went with Guillermo, so it was like an on and off thing because we both had different schedules.
Right.
But we'd go when we started going, we'd go like 5 days a week.
That's really good.
And then it was 4, and then it was 3, and then it was 2, and then it was 2, and then it was 3, and then it was 1, and then it was.
You're just like, I
was
don't
like,
feel
hey,
like
I can't
today.
go. I can't go this whole week, Guillermo. I'm busy. You know, some bullshit like that.
I have to go to San Jose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I hit the end of 2019, but this is when I, for some reason, I just got this click in my head of like, I should probably do it, right? And I did. So I enrolled back in school. I don't know what clicked in my head, or maybe it was just, I think it was seeing my dad not struggle with work, because we made, so he has a company, he has a tile company, so you know they make good money, but I could see him stressed about everything, of like all the stuff that he can't do, like, you know,
Paperwork,
all that stuff, accounting wise, and I could see that I should probably do more, even though I could already see it. But you know what I just realized? I totally went over something. Wait up. 2018. Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like,
I skipped over something. Sorry.
Yeah.
2018. This was really, I just fucked the whole thing up, but whatever. 2018 is when
I hope whoever is listening is like keeping the timeline, because we're all over the place.
So 2018.
We went from 2017 to 2019.
I did, because I totally forgot about 2018.
Yeah,
2018.
You don't want to remember that year.
I don't.
Yeah.
It was a really shitty year.
Well, we're going to talk about it.
But it's basically what happened, but without the going back to school part yet, without the gym part. So I basically went the whole year working at Staples, 2018, doing fuck all, price auditor, from like midway. So price auditor, 2018, I kept thinking about school every semester, didn't do it. And then that's when we got to 2019. And then that spring semester, didn't do it. And then that's when in February, I was given the supervisor job because somebody left.
Yeah.
And I was like, sick.
Sign me
I
up.
get to do something. I get to feel more important at work. Let's do it. I'm ready.
Plus, you got paid more, right?
I got paid more, like $2 more. I lasted 3 months.
Why?
Not because I didn't like the job. It's just that, like,
was it the task they had you doing?
the thing is, the person that was before me was really good at their job, but like
made it look easier than it was.
But also had somebody that did a lot of stuff for them. It was an older manager, like in her 30s, who would do everything. And she had actually been not shipped out, like in a fucking box, but she had been moved to a Nevada store. Okay. So she was no longer there doing everything, and you could slowly see the store getting ugly. And they just shoved me in there, like, "Hey, you want a job?
You want to rescue this?"
Yeah, like obviously I said yes, because like I had a soft spot for the store, so I'm like, yeah, I'll do it, right? And I did it. Didn't work out because it was a huge workload, and then we had no employees. Everybody always called out, and I felt like there was points where people didn't really listen to me because of me being everybody's age. I was the youngest employee there besides one person.
All right. How old were they?
Maybe. So like there was maybe like 3 people my age, like 20 at the time, or maybe 19, I don't remember. And then there was like 22, 23, 25, 29, and like 30, 31.
Just got older
and then
older.
Just like 40, 50, 60, that age. So it was really hard sometimes to be the boss of people who, because to be fair, they listened to me a lot of times, but they sometimes just got too friendly.
Yeah,
so
they got comfortable, and they thought that you could let them do whatever.
Yeah,
basically.
And then at that point, I was like, I could still make it, like, get them to do work, but it wasn't the same as when I first started, when I first started, I was really like hands on. Let's do this. Hey, do this, do that, and then I stopped doing it because I got really comfortable, and both sides got really comfortable.
Do you think they consider you as a friend?
They
did?
They did at the time. I don't know if
Okay.
they still are, but at the time it was like sick. Jonathan's
Did you consider him as a friend?
I did.
Yeah. I mean, that's good.
Because I texted them. I would text them like, "Hey, do this, do that," but not like a dick. Just like straight up.
Yeah. I mean, just letting them know.
And you know, like I would get the what's it called when they say, "Oh, sick, Jonathan's closing," you know, compared to like the other guy that not many people liked. I was like, oh, this fucking lazy bum is
They're
here.
like, we're about to have a
They're
hell of
like-
a shift.
Not like that,
Oh.
as in like we're about to do everything and he's not,
Oh.
because he doesn't do anything. He just sits in the office
Yeah.
like a slob, right? Kind of like that. Where as in like I would help them, so they'd still get more done actually, but they wouldn't feel it as much because I'm helping them, and so we're doing it together compared to like if you're doing everything for somebody else who's just sitting there. So this is when that hit, right? Wait, and then in 2019, so same year. Sorry, I went
Early 2019.
So yeah, I had, this is when I quit. May, it's my password on my PC actually. So May 7th, 5719 is my password. If anybody ever breaks into my house, if you want,
You already know.
you know, 5719 is the day I quit Staples, mainly because I had gone on a vacation 2 weeks before with my girlfriend
Right.
to LA, and I realized how much better life was without being there and less stressful. My contacts were going out and shit already.
Oh my.
No, I'm kidding, but
I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel like what it sounds like, you got bombarded with a
Yeah,
lot of stuff
I did.
that they weren't fixing.
And the only, I don't know if I really blamed anyone. I would have blamed maybe like the people who were running the store, like corporate wise, not the people who were actually working there, like corporate wise. People like didn't realize that the person who they had sent to Novato was the most important person in that store. And they didn't want to give her like a general manager job for some reason, but whatever. Probably 'cause she's a woman and they're fucked up like that. But who knows? And so this is when I quit, and this is when I started working with my dad, 2019 in May. And that's when he was like asking me like, you want to do the accounting and paperwork and all that shit, because I don't want to do it. I can't do it, all the legal stuff. Like, yeah, I get to work from home. I don't have to work 8 hours a day.
All right.
What could go wrong, right? And so this is when I had my own little office. This is when I got my PC, and then
You had all the gear.
I had all the gear except for the podcast stuff, of course. But then once I went into this rhythm of doing the same job, I didn't get used to it, but I got lazy because like I'm like, oh, I could just.
You're
do
like,
it later.
oh, I'm at home.
I'm at my office
I
anyway.
finished my work already.
Yeah, and then like, okay, this is when that fall hit. I was like, I'm gonna go to the gym. Let's go, right? I went for a little bit, and then I was like, I'll go to school too. Didn't happen. I somewhat did the gym, like I said. You can go back and see what I said, but I basically stopped after like a month and a half because I just didn't want to do it anymore. And that's when my dad was doing his whole tax thing getting going, his accounting, getting ready for the end of the year, and he was stressing out, and he's like, I can't do this anymore. Like, not like because I don't think he wanted to quit, but he's like he would come home and just like drink a beer and lay down and fall asleep on the couch like that. Because he
had a lot of stuff going
he was so
on,
stressed. He ended up having to like at that truck that he ended up buying, mainly for a write off. He didn't even want to do it. Like he wanted the truck, but he didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
For that, he just wanted one anyway. But everything, he just had a bunch of stress in his life, and I saw that he had hella shit for me to do, and I couldn't do it because I didn't get it. But I would have been able to do it had I been paying more attention.
Yeah.
To everything, and so that's when I started realizing I should probably get shit done. And then ever since then, that's when, in that same like week that I realized that, I signed up for school again. So this semester we're currently in, I signed up for. I didn't necessarily go back to the gym, but I've been doing more exercise since then.
Yeah, you're out there
because
playing
I
soccer.
didn't want to have to pay for 24 because it's super expensive. So I'd rather
bunch of people.
So I just play a lot of soccer and I work out in my room in my neighborhood, and I'm seeing obviously results. Obviously they're small, but they're getting there.
You just feel better.
School feels sick. School feels amazing because like even though like some of the classes are whack, but like it's cool being in that environment of feeling like a student again compared to like how I was in high school where you you could. I forgot I was a student in high school because of the depression I was going through.
Yeah.
So I didn't really know what the fuck it felt like anymore.
Just wake up, go to school, go home.
Yeah, fucking
know?
what was it? 8 in the morning to 3, but you would get up at
You
like
get up way
6:37.
earlier, yeah. Depending how far you were
Be
from
late
school.
every day. I would be late every day because I started driving. But
I mean, that's the perk.
and then I've always wanted to like. I remember, when was the first time me and you ever talked about doing a YouTube channel ish thing?
Wow. I mean, I think
Like senior year, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's when like we were playing video games, specifically FIFA. We were playing a lot of FIFA. I mean, me personally.
I've always wanted to make like content.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, and me too. Like, I've always been kind of like that. Like, oh, I want to make a video, but like what? You know?
Yeah.
And then like
I just want to be like a content creator.
we've definitely had a conversation before of something that we can make together. We even thought about making a YouTube channel together.
Yeah.
Never happened.
Never.
But it's mainly because it's like, okay.
Funny enough, you because I don't. It's whatever. Me because I should do it, but I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we just get in. We think about it too much, and we're like, oh, no one's gonna listen.
Yeah.
No one's gonna do this.
Yeah.
No one's gonna watch. Well, I mean, we wouldn't know if we actually did it. But I mean, I'm not happy, but I'm not like sad that we didn't do it. But it's, I mean,
wouldn't be doing this podcast right now.
Right. Yeah. But it's always up in the air. We never know. We might snag the idea one day.
You never know. You never know.
Get Jimmy Conrad on there.
Shout out Jimmy. Make sure we tweet this little clip at him. Hey Jimmy, you promised to do a pickup games every week in the Bay, and you haven't done a single one since. That was 2 years ago, Jimmy. Get your shit together, Jimmy. Come on now.
Yeah.
Love you. But that's when I and slowly growing into the school thing again, doing all my work on time for like my dad. I do it all on time now. That's why I make sure I can do this, right? And then I was like, fuck.
You knock it out in the morning every day.
Yeah. And then I'm like, fuck, dude, I can start a podcast, right? And I could.
What was the deciding factor though? What made you say like, you know, like let's go for it?
Funny enough, I was on my MacBook, so I got it because I'm gonna say MacBook. I don't want to say my MacBook, but I have a MacBook. So when I'm on it, I'm just I went on GarageBand. Like I just clicked on it, right? Like, what the fuck is this, right? So I was just going on it, and then I was on YouTube at the same time, and I'm just like, I just searched like, can you do podcasts on GarageBand? It was just a random search, and I got like so many videos. Like Pat Flynn is one of the guys I think that makes it, and then like all these like Buzzsprout makes a bunch of videos, and I'm like, I saw the prices, and I was like, it's not expensive.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it would be like expensive because you gotta like soundproof and shit. I'm like, you don't. It sounds it really doesn't. I'm not gonna be a professional podcast yet, but you know, it's just like I could do it. I could totally do it. And then so the prices were the only things like, I mean, I don't have to spend this money right now. I could just wait till the summer when I have free time.
Just get things piece by piece, I
guess. But then I would notice that like I would have like full on conversations with like you or remember Henry, right?
Yeah,
me from time to time. We talk on Snapchat from time to time.
Right.
Because then I just realized how much I just talk. Or like when I'm with my friends, I just talk. And I'm like, wait a minute, I could do this.
Like all you gotta do is just talk.
Yeah, it's basically what I do all the time, just talk.
Yeah,
I mean, I could do this.
Especially if it's about things you like to talk about.
That's when I realized, like, fuck it. So I just ordered. I ordered everything. I remember
that day.
I ordered like the little audio interface, 2 mics, 2 headsets, all the cables and stuff. I'm like, let's do it. So I did it. And I do not regret at all because it's like it puts you in a trance of like, you got to get this done this day.
Yeah.
You got to get done. It makes your brain work. And ever since that day I made that decision, I've been more productive in everything. So as in like with my job, my school, my girlfriend, like I'm trying to make more time because I know I'm going to do something else. So I'm more productive in planning ahead and doing everything.
You're more organized.
More organized, basically.
You know what you want to do every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
So yeah, that's the main thing. Though personal growth, you know, it's a bad. I mean, it can be a bad thing from the get go.
It's not an easy thing for sure.
It's not an easy thing. No. You got to grow into it. Really like growth. Like
you gotta kind of face like the cons, I guess.
Right.
Like you gotta face them, and you just gotta be like, okay, let's see how I could fix them.
Right. And then when you told me, when did you tell me about the car? Sunday?
I believe so.
When you told me that, I was shocked because I was like, what?
Like, how do you even have money
Like
for
what?
that?
Like you're never responsible. You're never, because I had this image of you from like
Right.
2 years ago,
Yeah.
because we don't talk that much. We see each other here and there, more recently with the podcast, but like before we don't see each other all the time. We don't talk all the time. So I had this image of you, not being very responsible with what you do.
Yeah.
And so when you told me, I was proud. I was so proud.
Thank you.
I was like, what? Carlos Crod got a room. And I was like, whoa.
Just a little room.
It's fucking amazing seeing like people who you've seen, like, and you've just like shook your head at before. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
Everybody has a lot of people in their life that they see like that. I'm like especially with like young people, like my brother, like he'll be doing something stupid. I'm like,
My brother too.
what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? And then like friends, like, hey, you could stop doing that. You should be doing better, And then to see like somebody climb like a mountain, basically go a full 180, it's quite heartwarming. Carlos Crod.
Thank you.
So yeah,
Appreciate that.
I'm gonna ask you. We're almost done. So don't. I know your knickers are getting in a twist over there, and you're getting stuck to your chair. So I'm gonna I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. I'm gonna ask you. They're like what was I saying? They're like this or that questions. So like this or that, or in
Arsenal or Spurs.
Arsenal, duh. Come on now. Trophies. Come on now. It's always better.
Come on, you Spurs.
This is gonna be a thing for all my guests on the Bleach Talks. Not on Bleach Talks Footy, maybe or Bleach Talks Footy, but for all my guests on Bleach Talks, there'll be a set of questions. There might be ones that are already set for each one, but a lot of times there might be a similar guest, so I can't do the same ones every time. So we'll see. First one, it's a very crucial one, and it might change the way everybody sees you.
Oh my God, let's go. I want to hear it.
Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Yes.
Why? Kill yourself. Why? But why?
Why?
Disgusting.
Because I've been in so many situations where I've had the opportunity to get a free slice of pizza, just get as much as I want, but it's Hawaiian. I can't be that guy that says, I don't want to eat it because it's Hawaiian.
Right.
So, I mean, I've always liked it, to be honest, but it's not my go-to. So I'm kind of in between, but I'm just going to say more of a yes.
But you don't mind it.
I don't mind it. And I'm not going to be that guy at a party if that's the only type of pizza they have. I'm not going to be like, I'm not eating because I have Hawaiian.
That's me. I just take off the pineapple.
Don't be BLEJE.
Fuck you.
I mean, you could take off the pineapple, but I like pineapple.
It just doesn't go, Crod. It doesn't.
Your taste buds don't go.
These are okay. You know what? These are questions for you, not for me. Okay. We'll just
okay.
leave it at that. But you're retarded. A day at the beach or a night out to the movies.
A day in the beach.
Let me rephrase that. A cold day or a warm day?
I love going, for some reason I'm weird, but I love going when it's raining.
I agree.
I love going when it's raining. I don't know. I just like driving, blasting whatever type of music I want to hear on the way to the beach.
Mm.
When I get there, I usually just hang out. I go to the beach a lot by myself.
Mm.
A lot of people don't know that, but I always just go.
What do you do when you go by yourself?
On the way there, I just listen to music.
Mm.
Maybe an album I like, songs that I've been listening to.
Podcast by any chance?
Yeah, actually. And once I get there, if it's raining, of course, I just stay in there, park along the cliff, just look at the ocean. I just take a pen and pencil, have my sketchbook, just jot down ideas, maybe some goals I have for the week, maybe even that day. Just writing stuff down, maybe even sketching.
Which one do you go to?
I go to Bodega Bay. I'm not sure where I usually park and just sit in my car.
We need to take a beach trip to Half Moon Bay.
Half Moon Bay.
Do you remember when we went to that tournament? Because you went with Diego that tournament.
That place is beautiful.
And it was in Half Moon Bay, I'm pretty sure. It wasn't really nice. We need to go on a beach trip there.
It's like by San Francisco, right?
It's past that. It's like...
Is it in between San Jose and San Francisco?
No, it's east. It's west. It's like it's obviously it's a beach, but it's on the coast.
Oh.
So you got to go out from San Francisco. I can take a look real quick, but I'm pretty sure it's like
because I yesterday when I was picking up the new car, I actually drove by there. Well, not by there, but like.
So when you say between San Francisco and San Jose, it's west of that. So like if you picked like San Mateo, which is actually in the middle of them, you got to go west like 20 miles out to the
Okay.
coast.
Not that far out.
But it's like a cold, obviously it's a cold beach because it's really coastal, but obviously every fucking beach is coastal. But
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like that area is a really cold part, obviously, because it's like by the bay.
Yeah.
But like if you're a fan of like cold weather and beaches and nature combined, then
I'm a fan.
that's a good place to just go chill.
Yeah.
The next one, this one's gonna be a bit debatable because there's different things that are either or, and it's Nike or Adidas, and why?
I'm just gonna say Nike.
Like overall winner, or is there certain things?
Okay. So overall, yeah, Nike. But for me, I'm a little late bloomer on the Adidas fan or bandwagon. I don't know, but I never liked Adidas when I was younger. I don't know why. Maybe at the time and they just didn't appeal to me. But now, I use my Ultra Boost all the time, and those shoes are game changer.
Mm.
The most comfortable shoes I've ever worn, in my opinion. And that single-handedly made me respect Adidas because they got some cool technologies and they're very I want to say innovative because they always bring out some new type of
Soccer kits,
Nike
or Adidas. Soccer shoes.
Nike. And honestly,
Mm-hmm.
the kit could be all Adidas, even the socks, but the cleats are just gonna be Nike.
Windbreakers.
Mm,
That's a close one. They both make pretty good ones.
they do, but I'm just gonna say Nike.
Nike.
I feel like
Sweats.
Nike for like streetwear
Mm-hmm.
is really good.
Sweats, the athletic type and the cozy type.
Athletic, man. I should have just said I'm a neutral, but I
would agree. Nike, I think, is the overall winner.
Yeah.
But Adidas has its bangers.
has its pros and its
Yeah,
cons
yeah.
and personal personal preference. But I think for comfy sweats, Nike,
Mm.
because they got some really good fleece ones.
Mm-hmm.
But for sport, let's say I want to wear sweats for soccer,
Mhm.
I'm probably gonna go Adidas.
Mm.
Get the original soccer player fit Vans, Adidas sweats,
Don't do it to them, Crod.
your club hoodie.
Your club hoodie. You know what Adidas makes really bad fucking things for soccer? Their straps. They're so bad.
Dude, they're fucking
I don't know
big.
why they just make the same. It's not like they haven't copied Nike before and just do the same thing and put the logo on it. I hate those little skinny straps that they make. They're the
The skinny ones.
worst fucking thing ever. Whatever. Xbox or PlayStation, and why? Because I know you play on Xbox, but do you actually prefer it, or do you just play it because you have it?
I just play because I have it. I'm too broke to buy my own console, and I honestly don't play video games as much as I did.
I don't know if you're too broke to buy a console. I think you're just too broke to care to buy another console.
That's true.
But I feel like if you really wanted to, you could just.
If I
money
really
aside
want to, I could have, but it's more of the fact that I just don't play. So
Exactly.
it's like
Right.
I'm not gonna waste that money. But definitely, I'm an Xbox guy now.
Yeah.
I was a PS4
Hmm.
/ PlayStation guy when I was very younger. I had the PS1, PS2, PS3. I even had a PS4, but honestly, Xbox is the next gen that I prefer.
Hmm. Do you play like with people all the time, or do you just, whenever you play, you just play by yourself, like FIFA?
I don't play FIFA this year at
You
all.
don't. What do you play?
Yeah, I
Just
just play COD, Call of Duty, the
Yeah.
new Modern Warfare, and I usually play by myself when there's double XP and stuff.
Right.
And the only people I honestly do play with is Jesse and Josh. You may know them, but
I know.
yeah, those are the only two people I play because my other friend named BLEJE over here
Mhm.
decided to go to the PS4.
There is a lot of fucking people on PlayStation. That's the only reason.
That's true.
There's literally everybody that you see most of the time is on there. Like they're all on there. And then like Braulio, Jose, and Christian are on Xbox actually. But when they play with us because they play on COD.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Jesse and Josh have PS4s,
Mhm.
but the cross-platform
Right.
is game-changing.
Sounds like you got a lot of people on PS4, correct? It's time to
Is
make
that? Are you trying to foreshadow my
That's
future?
exactly what I'm trying to do.
Oh, well, I'll think about it.
By the
maybe
way, if
for-
anybody wants to buy an Xbox Elite controller, hit me up because I need to sell it.
I'll give you $50.
Let's move on to the next question. The best football league on the planet.
MLS. Nah, I'm just kidding.
I was about to open the door.
realistically, I think right now the Premier League.
Yeah.
Or
What's your argument to the people, or your clapback to the people that say, oh, well, the Liverpool's up by 22 points and the Serie A and the Bundesliga are closer, so how is it a better league? And you guys, like, people call us the Farmers Leagues, and it's closer.
I always hear the Farmers League term used for the League On.
That one is a Farmers League. Okay, let's not get it wrong.
I always hear that one.
That one's definitely a Farmers League.
I don't really hear it for the. Well, I mean, I always hear it's always the top two, La Liga and Farmers, or for Farmers League, La Liga and League On.
Do you see Getafe beat Ajax?
I did.
2-0.
That's shocking.
Ten Hag is finished.
Getafe is a slept-on team this year, though.
What are they, third?
I'm not sure, but they are in the Copa del Rey.
I know they're ahead of Atleti in the table.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, right now, like I said, Premier League for sure, despite the fact that there's a big gap.
I think entertainment-wise and football quality-wise, the Prem is the best
because
one.
it's like a bunch of like really physical players.
Yeah.
And every game, anybody can win.
Right.
Even if you're Liverpool. You could probably tie against or barely beat Norwich 1-0. You know what I mean? You could like barely escape away with those 3 points, or you could just get one and live with the results. But I think Premier League for sure.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Premier League's the only league I really can like who's playing today? Everton and Southampton. I'll watch.
Yeah.
You know, if it's the La Liga or it's the Driven League or it's the Serie A, especially not the fucking French league. Like, I'm not gonna, if I see like a game between 9th and 11th, I'm not gonna want to watch it.
Exactly.
Compared to the Prem, I will watch that game, and even if it's Norwich playing Bournemouth, who are both in the relegation zone, I'll watch it because I know they'll play their hearts out. Because it's the difference in the Prem and most other leagues is that it's the intensity. You know, I wouldn't say the quality of football is better than like the La Liga or like German, like it's more tactical in those places. But I mean the quality of just aggression, passion, emotion in the Premier League is higher.
Yeah,
than I see anywhere.
There's always a backstory.
You see the most tactical fucking player you've ever seen in your life move to the Prem, and they get absolutely clapped because they don't have the same fight and passion,
physicality.
Yeah, but then you see Liverpool also lose to Atletico. But at the same time, Atletico can do it to anybody.
How you said the other day, Liverpool have lost to teams outside of their league.
They do.
So
they haven't beat because they're so used to just routinely beating teams in their league. So when they play against like Napoli, Atleti, they lose because you're like, well, what is this?
Yeah.
What is this?
They're baffled.
They're baffled.
Wow.
And it's not even because they're better. They're just like they're not used to that style.
Yeah, they may be faster than them, but I don't know. I mean. What about you? What league do you think is the best?
It's the Prem.
You agree?
Bundesliga is like top quality. I think it's slept on.
Yeah.
But
so like out of the top 5 European leagues, what is your order? Just right now.
Prem number 1.
Prem.
Always. Bundesliga.
And are you saying that because there's a tie race going on right now this season? Or are you
I'm saying that because I've seen more Bundesliga stars go to the Prem and do well than I've seen the other ones do.
Right.
So like whenever I see a La Liga player show up to the Premier League, it's like a half and half chance of them doing really good.
I don't know if he's gonna really
Serie
be
A
good.
Too, but like the last Bundesliga players we've seen come have done really well, like Sané, De Bruyne. Who else freaking came? But there was like a couple center backs. Soyuncu came from there, and then Ta's probably gonna come soon. Upamecano's probably gonna come soon. Hopefully to Arsenal, but who knows? But like I feel like they're consistently bringing top talents to the Prem.
Yeah,
more than the other ones, is what I would say. And I feel like a really good example actually is seeing players like Alexis, Eriksen, Lukaku, Ashley Young, Moses doing superb at Inter. You know, I'm not saying they're bad players, but they weren't who they were.
Yeah, they're not.
You know?
They're definitely not in their prime.
Yeah, they're not in their prime anymore.
But they're definitely not like not talked about. You know what I mean?
I've never seen a Premier League player leave the Premier League, go to another league, and play bad. I've never seen it in my life.
I feel like it builds character. How you were saying it's super physical and emotional, and like every game's a battle, like you know. And I feel like that helps the player in like their growth and like
did you see Janssen play for Spurs before he went to Monterrey?
I wasn't a fan, but
I mean, okay, he was there, but he wasn't really playing. Is what I'm trying to say. So he was shit. He was dog shit. But when he played, you know, he would get used to it, right?
Yeah.
When he went to Monterrey, he's a dog. He's a monster. He was like, whoa, what is this guy? But like, if you put him back in that Spurs team, you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Right. But like that league makes you mature, basically.
I feel like I mean it's like those in-game situations that you can't get anywhere else.
Mhm.
I mean they're all gonna get the in-game
Mhm.
situations, but it's like there's a bunch of background like stories. Like I don't know, maybe they want to win this game because it's like a derby, and they
Right.
specifically want to win it because they haven't lost in the last 3 years at home or something. I don't know. It's just a bunch of little things like that.
Right. So my next question was originally says best sport outside of soccer, but I feel like we'd both say basketball.
But I
Okay.
would say basketball.
How about outside of basketball and soccer? What's the most slept on sport? Not the best, just the most slept on. So it's the thinker.
I'm thinking, but I'm not thinking fast enough. I don't know. Wait, let me hear your answer before I. You stumped me on this one. Let me just tell you that. Let me just tell you about that.
I don't know if I like for sure have one, but I think rugby and hockey are underrated sports. But I don't know if they're like my most slept on one, but I think they're like, if you've seen a game of rugby, those boys go at it. More than like, the reason I don't like American football, so the NFL, is just because like it's like stop and go.
Commercials.
And in rugby, they're stop obviously, but they keep going. Like they go down, they got to keep going until, someone's like for sure down. They just keep going at it. They're all huge and like bulky, and they just look fucking hilarious, smashing into each other. So I think it's just a funny. It's just
it sounds like it's for hockey and rugby as your choice. You just like seeing guys get beat up.
Yeah, because outside
and getting away with it.
Because like outside in soccer, it doesn't happen a lot and basketball, because basketball is probably the most strict about it. About like just any arm being thrown out, any push being thrown out, they're super strict about it. But like in soccer, they're not really strict about it, but it doesn't really happen.
Yeah, because off the field, I'm sure they all respect each other.
Yeah, that's the difference. I mean, I'm sure they do in basketball too, but
yeah.
But then like rugby, they just let them go at it. Hockey, they let them go at it. It is just entertainment wise, and like the sport too. But entertainment wise, it's super underrated.
I don't. Okay, I don't know. It's a motorsport. I think F1, but that is not underrated.
I didn't think about that.
It's underrated for me.
I think for the most people that are listening to this, though, they wouldn't think about that.
Yeah, but
shout out my beans.
I don't know. I definitely don't look at it or don't watch it, I should say. I just know about it. All I know is I like seeing cars like that go super fast at corners and just somehow like these guys be super tight on each other. Well, I mean, I don't watch it. I just watch little clips, and I just see guys racing right next to each other, damn near about to clip each other. But I don't know, F1, it's a pretty cool sport. I think it's a motorsport, but it's cool. I agree with your hockey one, though. Yeah. I want to go to a San Jose Sharks game.
We'll make that happen soon. I got the hookup. I'm just kidding, I don't. But we'll get there. We'll go.
I thought you did.
And this one's actually, it's not a very highly debated question, but it's one that technically there's only one right answer, but not everybody knows. But I'm sure you do. And that's what's the best podcast in the world?
BLEJE Talks.
Thank you very much. I'll see you guys later.
I like it.